All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special interview today with the man who created the intro song, an original member of the Screwed Up Clique. ESG is on the phone. How you doing, my man?
What up, Spencer? What's going on, man? You got your homework with me yet?
He's actually in Houston. He flew there a few days ago, so I'm going to get on the horn with him after we talk.
Oh, that's perfect deal. Well, man, you got the show. We taking over right now.
Yeah, so you're taking over for him right now. We put him on the bench.
Well, that's great. I get to start Super Bowl weekend. He's on the bench. So we're cheering floating today then. We changed the name for the day. We're cheering floating.
Exactly. We got Atlanta in the Super Bowl, and there's a lot of similarities I see between Atlanta and Houston, you know? Is it popping off there for the Super Bowl?
It's ridiculous. It's jumping. It's bananas. You know, maybe some of the, how can I say, the normal NFL fans, not just normal sports fans, probably will want to see, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. But anybody that I talk to or knew that's in the music field, or the entertainment field, or the industry field, anything in that, and especially people, our fellow Houstonians, we did not want to see Green Bay. Do I want the cheeseheads to come to town?
Yeah.
Or do I want Future, Gucci Man, all the Atlanta housewives, all the famous Atlanta strippers to come to Houston, or the cheeseheads? Atlanta all day. Let's go.
It's funny you say that because 2 episodes ago, that's what Andrew and I were saying, that the Falcons won't lose in the Georgia Dome because you'd have the Atlanta Housewives, Gucci Mane, maybe MC Hammer would pop up from the old Dirty Bird days. Who knows?
Future spiked Aaron Rodgers spiked and gave him a dirty sprite. That's why Aaron Rodgers spiked it.
He definitely spiked Russell Wilson's. That's why you saw Wilson fall over for a safety in the end zone. I think he got too much of the drink and just fell right over.
Yeah, they did. They I heard they tied up Russell Wilson and made him listen to Outkast songs all night, and he was too sleepy. He was just messed up. Atlanta, they got him, man. But yeah, man, I'm happy. Atlanta is going out. If Tom Brady win, Tom Brady's gonna have to just be considered probably the GOAT, for our era of time for us quarterbacks. But it's a system. Belichick is a great system. But I'm rooting for the Dirty Birds. I've been a New England hater forever. So
yeah, in this game, the only bright spot of the Patriots winning would be having to watch Roger Goodell give them the trophy.
Well, now I think I want the Patriots to win. I'm not gonna hate on the Golden Boy. That's what I call Tom Brady, the Golden Boy. He's the Golden Boy.
He is. You can't touch him, or it's a penalty.
Yeah, there's a penalty. He's the Golden Boy. Mm-hmm.
So you said before the show you're a Panthers fan.
Yeah, man, because this is how I am. Growing up as a kid, I've always I played quarterback when I was younger, being safety, running back. But so when I played quarterback as a little kid, I was through middle school and early high school before I transitioned. I would always be a fan of, where I'm from in Louisiana. They invented the running the option, the wishbone, and so there was a breeding ground for mobile quarterbacks. So that's as a kid, that's all I got to see. No matter who was the fast running back or a great wide receiver, if you was you just was talking about the mobile quarterback or just a quarterback in general. So, I kind of followed them through college, and that was always my pick. I was a big Vince Young fan. I used to go to his high school games. It was just something about, running the option. That's just a system that I played in and came from. So I just, you know what I'm saying? So until I made it to NFL, I just became a Panthers fan. I'm from Louisiana. So I never could root for the Saints as a kid. We wore bags over our heads, so I couldn't be a Saints fan. My mom is a diehard. All my friends, my whole family, diehard Saints fan. You better not say nothing about Drew Brees.
Because you were talking about quarterbacks, and we've been talking about them all year. And from Houston, how do people, the Texans fans, all the Houstonians, feel about Brock Osweiler right now?
What? Man, I'm gonna tell you, Brock Osweiler robbed Bob McNair with no gun, no drive, no getaway car. He didn't even have a pocket knife. He didn't even have a mask. He just robbed him with a phone call.
Yep. And John Elway just sitting there laughing.
You know what John Elway reminds me of? The way he runs it, he reminds me of like you remember the TV show Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Like he's like J.R. Ewing. That's how he is. It's like he say, Kubiak, what you got a headache today? You need to go to the doctor. Soon as they had a couple stumbling blocks, it's like Kubiak lost his vision.
Yeah. Those headaches started creeping in. He got the Zika virus.
That boy Spencer, he's like, he got the Zika virus. Yeah, man.
Elway's ruthless. Remember, he came in and he got rid of Tebow when Tebow won the playoff game. He said, "Hell no, this guy can't play quarterback." Yeah. Bounced him.
You know, John 3:16. Elway say, "No, your flight is leaving at 3:16."
Yeah. That's the only 3:16 you need to know. You're out of here.
And Elway coached the team. To me, it seems like Elway coached the team they helped Peyton Manning get that Super Bowl. Did you see how Savage got his concussion the game before the playoffs started? Did you see the way he got his concussion? How light of a lick it took? They were like, "Hey, you did it?" You're like, "No, just something in my contact." "Nah, you got a concussion." We need to really find out if this guy, bro, can really handle this business. So I know you got something in your contact, but you got a concussion today. So you just sit down. I want to see if this man can handle this shit. And wow, you know, the first little playoff game was easy. Got a couple man. He was fired up. He was pumped up. You know, so it went from we want our money back to okay. Wait a minute, we might have something on. Then the 3 interceptions in the second half.
And it ended that discussion
quickly. Hey, guess who's in town signing autographs this week?
I heard Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football.
That's my quarterback. That's what I want. I want my quarterback. He's here already, Houston. Me and him can party the night before the game and the night after the game, and then and it'll be great. You know, we win the game, then he'll be at the club host with me the next night, and that's the quarterback I want. I don't want the quarterback that's going to sit home all night.
He said he got lost in the sauce, so he needs to stay off it to get back in the NFL.
Man, the reason you get lost in the sauce is because people that don't know what the sauce is, once you recognize and realize this job is first, and then the sauce and getting lost in the sauce should be second. The sauce becomes first, and the job becomes second. You're no longer, that's when you're lost in the sauce.
Yeah. So true.
For real, So if Johnny's with me, when I look at my watch, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Johnny, it's about 9 p.m.
It's time to go home."
Yeah, take your ass home. You can't go to the after party and the after party and the after party.
Speaking of partying, we were trying to let people that don't know Houston where they should go this weekend, and obviously we had to mention Treasures just because it's a landmark.
Yeah, it's a landmark.
But if people are trying to keep it a little bit more family friendly, they can go other places.
Oh yeah, Papa Do's is great in restaurants. You try to send me to a strip club. I'm trying to send you
trying to send you to a restaurant. Yeah.
But the thing is about Houston, though, if you go to a strip club, not only do you get to have fun and enjoy strippers, but they also serve food. So that's a little kind of crazy. In Texas, that's how it is. I'm telling you, people. And the food trucks here are amazing. But out here, when you party at the club, most times the main clubs, especially those clubs, are going to have a great, food in the area. But look, Family Fun Discovery Green, that's amazing. That's what you take anyone with kids, whether they're little kids or teenagers. It's like going into an amusement park without rides. It's so many different concerts that goes on. We watched the Laws last night, so I took my son and my nephews all went, and it's amazing. That's the number one spot for family fun. Also, if you go in at the same time, you can go to the NFL Experience. It's right there, actually, next to Minute Maid and the Georgia Brown Convention Center, and, and right by the Toyota Center, where unfortunately the Rockets let Dwight Howard come here and win last night. But I'll talk about that another time. But Discovery Green Spence, I'm telling you, it's amazing. They would love it. There's so much stuff for the kids to do, so much interactive, like 3D stuff, and it's free to get in.
I know. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, since for those that don't know, you are the Freestyle King, and you were part of the independent rap movement in Houston, which is way ahead of the time. And you're seeing that now in Atlanta a bit. You know, guys like Rich Homie Quan. I don't think Chance the Rapper's from Atlanta, but he's doing the independent thing.
Right.
Do you see that elsewhere with any other guys these days?
If you have to put out, like, if I had to do a 3-group SP award for the MVPs of the independent game that I've seen in the last year, Chance the Rapper, he's done well with. There's a few people. There's a lot of people. There's people that a lot of people don't know that does it and still do it to this day, like Strange Music. Man, those guys sell millions of dollars a year of merchandise. So, but I love the independent game. If you notice that people don't pay attention to it, but the people like the Jay-Z's and the Timberlands, and when they're talking, Justin Timberlake, they always talk and speak of it like, you know, they actually wish they were independent. See, that's the thing that people get twisted. Once you have a brand and the brand is built so big to a mega status, it's, of course, now you want to be independent, but it's too late. You know, the contracts and everything is signed, so you can't go back to be independent. So when you start off independent and you be able to build your brand just big as a mega store while still being independent, wow, it's amazing. You know,
you get
it's
that freedom and control of your own brand, your music.
People do not understand that. Okay, it may be more work, but you do not understand that I don't have to listen to a label. Hey, we need you to turn this in by this date. We need you to do this and do everything what I want. And I work for myself. It's great. It's amazing. It's the American dream. It's for real, man. It's not. If you have the written thing of course, you know, that's all. But people don't understand. That's really all that the major label that you're assigned to is. Also, they're really independent. They doing their stuff. They just paying different people to do things for them, and they have control of you. So I love it, man. It's the independent way to go. The way we built our mega structure down here at the time was we distribute to all the stores, every record store ourselves. Got the big cut. We introduced, so that's why Master P, Cash Money Records, baby, the owner of Cash Money Records used to ride in the back seat with me and DJ Screw. So many people came down here. Mike Dean, who actually engineers for Kanye West, Jay-Z, all these guys, they came. Mike Dean was here, so Russell Simmons would come to Houston. These people, Rick Rubin, of all people, Rick Rubin. Then I say Rick Rubin. These guys would be in Houston looking at like how you guys getting this sound and how you guys are doing what you're doing, and that's why Mike Dean, who was down here, started working with those guys and different people that we're the breeding ground of the entrepreneurs, you know. So we influenced the world a lot bigger than we knew it, and we're still independent, still getting it.
Yeah, I'm sure you couldn't have imagined that when you dropped Sail in the South. You just thought, I mean, at that time, you're probably just trying to make music. Were you even thinking that far ahead, or?
Man, it's so crazy. Ever since I was 13, 11, and 12. I mean, 6th grade when I first started rapping. But when I went to Schoolhouse, though, I didn't go where some artists went to get on. When I went to Schoolhouse, I went just to show him my song and gave him the play. I gave him the song with his name on it. He almost cried. Like, my vision was always this. You know, that's why, you know, I love watching certain stories like the New Edition story. When you see kids that, you know, this is what they do. This is what I did. 7th grade, won the big citywide talent show. By the time I was a senior in high school, no matter who rapped within 100, I would say in like a 30-mile radius to 50 miles, maybe 100, no matter who rapped and those whoever was close, they would always have to bring them towards me to see could they, you know, They hang with the boss, and I would tear their ass up. And then when I got to college, this is so crazy. I went to UL, Lafayette, USL. When I got to college for one whole semester, they had a talent night on a Tuesday night. I won every week for a whole semester at a club, a nice bar that was like bands, open mic. I won every Tuesday night. I swear to God, for a whole semester, that's how I almost survived. I won an extra couple $100 every Tuesday. Then I would DJ on Wednesday nights. So I would win on Tuesday, DJ on Wednesday. That's how I pretty much survived through school because my mom, she couldn't afford it. So she used to be like, I don't have no money to send to you. Mom, I'm fine. Shit. 20 years ago, making extra $200 a week, Spencer, that was amazing. I was balling.
Balling in college. Yeah, for those that don't know, just go on YouTube and search ESG freestyle. He kills it. Just right off the dome all the time. You're the best.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. It's right there. It's history. It's in the book. Guess what? They put Tennessee in the archives at Rice University. Man, that's big and that's amazing. And they called me the very next day. So I'm gonna have my stuff archived at Rice University, the Harvard of the South. You know what I'm saying?
It's Ivy League.
So the Ivy League of the South.
Yep.
So for me, so I'll be a legend in the hood and a legend and a legend in Rice University.
Could have never have thought that.
See your name spray painted in the hood, and then see it in the library at Rice University. I am so happy.
That's amazing.
Freestyle King. That's amazing.
Speaking of music and rappers, when are we going to see a rapper or a rap group perform halftime at the Super Bowl?
You know what I think?
Because way back in the day, they had Nelly and I maybe Run DMC, but that's about it. And that's not really,
Ryan McElroy, if I just think off the top of my head, you know what they're going to do? They're going to make a group. You know who I think their group would be? Jay-Z, Eminem, Bruno Mars, and Pitbull.
Oh, yeah. Pitbull, yeah. That's exactly. You figured this would have been the year for, because it's in Houston, a Beyonce Jay-Z. Just do that.
What? They can't. She's pregnant. And she knew it. So they were like, she's having twins. So she probably was like, I can't fall. I can't follow out and dance with the twins, while doing the Super Bowl. She would have to name the kids New England and Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. And they couldn't let Kanye do it because they'd be worried about what he'd say into the mic because the NFL is so corporate.
What? He might have got naked.
I know.
Hey. He would have got naked, and he just got butt naked and turned around and probably had a big tattoo of Trump on his back.
Yeah.
Janet showed her nipple. Why can't I why can't I be free?
They would just have to shut it down. The lights would turn off, and they're just like, that's not happening.
That's not happening.
I feel like you have to be mainstream, and they would have to not worry about you saying anything they don't like, which is kind of surprising because, Lady Gaga might do some crazy shit.
I know they're so crazy now. How can that's like Lady Gaga may do more weirder shit than Johnny Manziel would do. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you, no. See, the difference is this: doing weirder shit is acceptable. Not doing unforeseen, weird, and crazy shit. Well, so that's like. So you have to take a choice. So look, we need a babysitter for the day, Spencer. So two people, we have two options: Kanye or Lady Gaga. I'm going with Lady Gaga. I mean, if you needed a babysitter, though, just actually think who you would trust your kids with. So that's who you know who would be most probably scary to do. Kanye would stop the show. May have a helicopter. He may have Trump might fly in on a helicopter with a ladder.
Yeah.
And Kim coming down. Well, after he makes his speech, the helicopter flies over.
I read somewhere Lady Gaga said she's going to perform on the roof of Reliant.
on the roof.
Yeah,
Well, how will people feel?
that's what I said. I don't know if she'll come down from the roof, but if that's true and she's actually on the roof, that means everyone that paid all that money for the tickets won't even see her.
Won't even see her. Wow. I should sell my ticket on my couch and tell you, well, you won't see Gaga in the arena, but if you pay me extra, you'll see her outside on top of the arena.
Are you going to the game?
Oh hell no! Why go to the game? I can't rewind it.
Exactly.
I can't get up. I can't get up and eat nachos and grab some more wings without walking up a flight of stairs and calling someone down. And guess what's the price of the tickets?
What are they at right now?
The nosebleeds start at $2,500, which is cool if you're going by yourself or but if you got a family of 5 and your moms in town and they want to all go there, it's $10,000 to kiss a headache. So the good seats start at $4,500. So for that 10 people, so I spent $50,000 to squeeze in with 10 family members, and I couldn't get I would have to be, a fan. Neither one of my teams are there, so I'm not going to go. I wouldn't even know what jersey to wear.
Yeah, I went when it was in Houston the first time, and
I know.
And
good game. I love it.
Yeah, good seats were less than that. And I remember the halftime show because someone behind us said, Janet's nipple just popped out. And everyone's like, what? What nobody saw, though, is right after that, at halftime, when they were going to kick the ball off, there was a streaker that was dressed like a ref, and he came out and put the ball down, took off all his clothes, and started running around.
Yeah. Man, I heard about that, man.
Yeah, and then a Patriots player took him out. It was pretty funny. Well, I guess we got to get to the game, get some predictions and picks. Patriots are favored by 3 right now.
That's normally how it works when they play the Super Bowl. They're not going to blow you out, really. It's going to always be that. They're going to break your heart. It's easy losing by 35 or 21. Like, but that field goal, the Vinatieri's, and no matter who the names be from back in the day, it doesn't matter. But I look at the battle. The Patriots have the great generals, the Belichick, the owner, you have Tom Brady, the lieutenant who's been in 4 or 5 tours of duty. But Matt Ryan and the Dirty Birds are like someone with some new drones that, they got one big drone named Julio Jones. And this drone is like, it's a stealth drone, and like, no matter what Belichick and his troops are doing on the front line, this drone can like.
Yeah. That's why, to me, Atlanta's going to need to win. They got to get a turnover or something, because that's the only thing. I could see a shootout, but then I worry because Atlanta's D is okay. It's solid.
No, Spencer. No, man. Atlanta defense is that dude. Atlanta defense is a lot better. It's better than we get them credit for. They front line to come around and man, I don't know if Brady gets enough time. He can do what he want to do. But Atlanta will have to get you right. I need a strip sack. They're gonna need something. You're not normally just gonna get no interception out of Brady, just no pick sixes really. So it'll mostly have to be a tip ball for that. But Houston's weather is perfect. There won't be no snow. There's not no snow. Won't be windy. So I don't know now. Now that you think about it, I kind of agree with what you just said. You have to get a turnover or something to be in the game, because they're going to score. They're going to do what they can do to control the ball. And then I forgot about the two weapons that Brady has that I'm not even thinking about. Sledgehammer, the power of LeGarrette Blunt, who comes in later on. They're going to give you Le'Veon in the first quarter, little quick screens and, a lot. But third and fourth quarter, they're going to pound the shit out of you with LeGarrette Blunt. And he's hard to take down. So Atlanta will need some help on the defense. You're not lying about that.
Yeah, that's kind of part of me thinks that's what the Patriots might do. They might just come out and run the ball down their throat, keep Atlanta's offense off the field, and say stop it, and then just hit them with the play action to one of these, Edelman or Hogan or one of these guys.
That's just what the Patriots do. They take a no name and make them a household name.
Yeah,
the Steelers game just shocked the shit out of me. I was like, hold up. I know Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown them gonna come to play. Man, Patriots made them look like University of Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, Brady picked them apart. It was, Belichick always takes away your best player, so that's why Brown didn't do a lot. And in this game, he can probably take away Julio to a degree. But the difference is Atlanta's got so many weapons. You got those running backs, so they got to get that going. Throw to Coleman or Freeman.
I agree with everything you said, except the part when you got to, they're going to take Julio Jones out. You can't take him out of the game.
Well,
I don't know how you know the game.
What I expect them to do is
they might have to shoot him in the leg.
Yeah, hope that toe goes up. What I expect the Patriots to do to Julio is just not let him beat him deep. They'll let him catch the ball.
Right. You're right.
They'll be fine with Julio getting 9-10 catches as long as he doesn't break any for 40, 50, 60 yards.
Right.
If that happens, whoo. Yeah, I think they'll be able to score. The problem is beating the Patriots. You usually got to get to Tom Brady like the Broncos did last year. And Atlanta's D, like you said, is good, but it's not the world beater like the Giants that one year or Denver last year. I mean, Denver last year just tore up Cam and Tom. It was bad.
Oh my God, man! Von Miller was at the club last night. I'm sure any real Panthers fan should have just walked up and like bumped him on purpose, like oops, knocked his drink over, because he made Cam Newton look like my nephew. I was so hurt, but you're right. That front four means something. Atlanta does not have that front four. They got a fast defense, a fast defense, and a great edge rusher.
But the Patriots pass rush isn't there. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping we get a nice shootout between the two of them. I don't want to. We need a good game. Most of the playoff games this year were blowouts.
Man, yeah, but the Super Bowls are never really a blowout, really.
Nope.
Not when it's two good teams. Most teams that make the Super Bowl have to be a good team anyway. But I don't see it. It won't be like the Patriots and the Steelers.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah. Well, I guess before you go, let's get your Super Bowl prediction. You're leaning for the upset with Atlanta. Not a huge upset, but an upset.
I'm gonna say 31-28.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's right on the number. I think the over under is 59, so you nailed it.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Why? I don't even gamble, so I'm gambling now. I just that was my prediction. Now, if the score is 31-28, I get to host the show again next week.
Deal. That's its deal. If it is 31-28 Atlanta, you will be back on like Nostradamus.
I'll be back next week anyway. I'm sure my prediction is going to win. So you're going to just have to tell. So we'll be cheering, floating again.
For sure.
Maybe you can help me with my gambling a little bit.
Oh,
playing
anytime. We had a winning record this year, and we'll definitely get you on back next week. And then during the season next year, we can get you on to talk about everything and the Panthers. You can be our Panthers correspondent. Let us know during the season. For all the listeners out there and people in Houston, you're playing tomorrow night at Rockefellers, right?
Yeah. We was just a partner. I'm not playing. We did an action concert yesterday.
Oh.
It was me, Paul Wall, Slim Thug. Everyone was out there. We had a great time. And my son, my boy Bryson out there. But yeah, we had a great time. There's so many parties going on. So they have Bruno Mars tonight. So it's, I may just take the night off and chill. I'm going to a big high school basketball game tonight. My son's school, a big rivalry. The town. You stayed out here. It's Pearland versus Dawson. So they 1 and 2 in district. So they're going to be, it's going to be rocking tonight.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. So Bruno's playing a show tonight in Houston.
Yeah, Bruno Mars.
He already stole. Yeah. He already stole it last year from Coldplay. Thankfully. I remember Coldplay was apparently the halftime show, but Bruno Mars completely outshined them.
Yeah. I mean, he makes good music. He makes great music. It's what we call at times is music. Like swinging a band. That's why you got it for your intro.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. We'll talk again soon. It was a pleasure.
All right, buddy. Never love.
All right, everyone, go on iTunes, check out the music, check out ESG, all the originals.
Yeah, it's all on there. And shout out my Instagram. Make sure you follow me, ESG World. Follow my son, that boy Bryson, DATBRYSON. Yeah. which stands for young and humble. So, Spencer, we're rocking and rolling, cheering and local. We here, rocking and rolling, cheering local. I
Already,
just gave you an outro.
Man, you already got a
Rocking and rolling,
freestyle off
cheering.
the top of your head. That's perfect. That's our new outro.
That's your new outro. So we out the door, man, and I've been rocking and rolling with cheering local.